Live, local.
Where are we taking a look at?
This is NewsWatch 12 at 5.
Right now, you're taking a live look at South Medford as a winter storm is presenting hazardous road conditions and threatening power service for some in our community. Thank you for joining us for NewsWatch 12 at 5 on your Christmas Eve. I'm Rocky Walker.
And I'm Samantha Cadera. With Christmas approaching in just a few hours, so is the one and only Santa Claus. So let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Crest to see how we can see, excuse me. Let's focus on Santa first, where he is right now.
Well, Santa right now is made his way down into South America, and if he's making his way over here tonight, we're going to be expecting some foggy conditions, but he was last reported in Santiago, Chile, and he's already delivered over 5 billion Christmas gifts, close to it. We'll continue to track him as we're moving throughout the night, so make sure you're checking in with us. But let's take it back to our region and what it's feeling like right now. Seeing a little bit of light shower activity as we're heading over into northern Jackson County along the Cascades, but that'll be dwindling out as we do head through the night. We're getting ready for that next storm system to make its way in. So for tonight, do expect to see rather chilly temperatures, especially as we're moving over east of the Cascades. Fog is likely to develop into our west side valleys, and depending on how low those temperatures can get tomorrow morning, could see some slick road conditions with some freezing fog. Now we're tracking that next storm system that's going to be impacting us as we're starting to move through the day, late in the day on our Christmas. So that's that area of low pressure, and if you take a look at these pressure gradient lines, they're very close together, and that's going to create some very windy conditions for our Christmas day. But if you're heading out in the morning, it is looking like it is going to be the better time to head out. Not expecting that rain or snow to head until later in the day, but that wind is going to make for some tricky travel as we're heading through the afternoon hours. So if you're heading out tonight, not too bad. If you want to head out tomorrow morning, I'd say make it out as early as you can, because by the time we head into those afternoon hours, we might not see that rain and snow just yet as we're moving a little bit inland, but that wind is not going to be fun to be driving in. And then as we head into those evening hours with that rain and the wind and even snow as we're heading overnight, travel is not going to be great. So we're expecting quite a bit of rainfall with this system as we're heading even into Friday. I'll break down what we can expect heading into Christmas and further this week coming up into your next forecast.
Sounds like a cold Christmas and a wet Christmas Eve. And for some Medford residents, their Christmas Eve morning started with a lot of water. All the rain that we got overnight flooded one Medford neighborhood.
NewsWatch 12's Luke Doughton talked to residents who say this hasn't happened in years. Take a look.
I haven't seen it like this since like the 90s.
Take a look at this video from Sunset Avenue this morning. Neighbors tell me the flooding was the worst around 1 a.m. This field still looked like a river when I showed up around 9 this morning. Some say they haven't seen flooding like this in years. One neighbor, Jerry Thompson, says the community came together to help neighbors whose homes were in the flood path.
Yeah, all the neighbors were out and finding out what was going on and backing each other up if there needed sandbags and such. So we're kind of a little cubby hole back here, but everybody has each other's backs.
Neighbors, including Thompson, say road crews and the fire department responded around 1 a.m. They spent hours trying to pump and clear the roadway and surrounding areas of water.
More than lights on your Christmas tree with the fire engine and all that going on.
West 2nd Street also saw a lot of water. One neighbor telling us that they prepare for storms like this. Anytime the area sees more than an inch of rain, it will flood. Reporting in Medford, I'm Luke Doughton.
And Josephine County is also seeing some flooding with this winter storm. Rural Metro Fire shared these photos saying high water warnings are in place. Drivers should also be cautious of other road hazards such as fallen trees and debris. Anyone traveling through Josephine County this week should remain cautious as the storm passes through the area.
And winds rolling in with that storm could impact holiday celebrations here in southern Oregon and northern California. Pacific Power told NewsWatch 12 high winds may cause power outages along the coast in South Willamette Valley and Grants Pass. Pacific Power recommends customers be prepared for outages with charged devices and emergency kits.
And those severe conditions are considered to be the primary factor in a weekend fatal collision that killed 4 people in Klamath County. 21-year-old Trevor McNally was declared dead at the scene of the 2-vehicle wreck on Highway 97. This happened after he lost control and entered the southbound lane. 3 juvenile passengers in the vehicle were also declared dead at the scene. A 4th passenger was reported injured and transported to the hospital. The driver and passenger of the 2nd vehicle reported minor injuries. More details can be found on our website, kdrv.com. The highway was impacted for over 6 hours.
The Oregon State Marine Board is extending its public comment period on the Upper Rogue River. The agency learned more about issues related to boating in the area that has led to proposing further revisions to the rule language. In order to be thorough and transparent, the public comment period is being reopened. The board is considering a 15 horsepower limit for boat trips on the Upper Rogue. The goal of the proposed rule change is to balance tourism, conservation, and the needs of community members. The board will meet on January 23rd of 2025 to discuss the next steps.
We're tracking gas prices around the region as you're making your way to and from holiday celebrations. The average price of gas has risen by 2.5 cents according to Gas Buddy.
And according to AAA, Curry, Josephine, and Jackson counties are seeing gas prices around $3.50 a gallon, while Klamath and Lake counties are around $3.40 a gallon. Siskiyou County, with the most expensive gas, is seeing an average of $4.50 at the pump.
And Christmas time is known for community. For many, it's a time to share a meal. And locally, groups here are working to share a meal with the homeless. I wanted to come by, go to that meal, share a plate, and bask in the community. Take a look.
Was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay.
I just think it helps lift people's spirits.
Music filled the air while a Christmas meal filled the stomach of the unhoused in Medford. Being run fully by volunteers to share in a holiday tradition.
And I think that a home-cooked meal gives hope to the ones that are on the street, that this is what I can remember what it used to be. Maybe I can move forward and recreate that again.
With 20 volunteers making enough food to feed 100 community members. Giving them a gift for the holidays and entertaining them with some Christmas carols.
I think music is important in any event. There's just something about the music. I can't quote scripture, but I can sing it.
While this meal was extra merry for the holidays, First United Methodist Church hosts a community meal and food pantry every Wednesday. Reporting in Medford, I'm Rocky Walker.
And Rocky, are you a skier?
I won't lie, and it's a hot take out here. I hate skiing and snowboarding.
Me too.
I went once, I fell. It was a terrible time. I got up and just left the mountain.
But you're from California. I'm from Oregon, and I'm still not a skier.
You know, I've seen snow maybe 4 times, and I enjoyed it once, so
yeah.
It was great.
But if you are a skier and you're heading up to Mount Ashland to celebrate Christmas, you might see Santa himself on the slopes. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow, you can find Santa and some free hot cocoa vouchers in the lodge or in the Learning Center, and he will also be available for photos. And if you're still looking for ways to celebrate the holidays, be sure to visit our website, kdrv.com, for a list of events across our region. If you have any upcoming holiday events, you can email those at our news desk at kdrv.com.
And tonight in Central Point, the holiday celebrations, they might get a little loud and a little rowdy.
Yeah, NewsWatch 12's Tim Kudadama shows us how a fairly new tradition is ringing in this Christmas Eve.
The tradition started actually in the UK, and so the UK kind of had a different version of it. We've now modified it to the Central Point version.
For the last 3 years, residents in Central Point have stepped outside on Christmas Eve to ring their bells with their neighbors. Lifelong residents Debbie Saxbury and Jake Jacoboski are leading the charge with help from an old school bell in Jake's yard.
It helps guide Santa through the night.
Not only does it help the big guy find his way for the holiday, it brings an already close community together during the most wonderful time of the year. And the young tradition is already growing.
I got a call from Eagle Point Church today, and they have a 100-year school bell, and they asked for permission. They said, "Can I ring the school bell?" I'm like, "Of course."
For those who don't have any bells, Debbie and Jake are handing them out throughout the community during the holiday season. Ringing in the holidays in Central Point.
All right, Debbie, ring me in.
I'm Tim Quidadamo.
And today is your final day to donate to our annual Stuff the Truck food drive in partnership with Raid's Food Place.
Our goal was to stuff an entire semi-truck with 5,500 bags of groceries, and thank you to all of your generosity. We've reached our goal. All of your donations go to local families in need this holiday season.
And our partners told us that we are over 800 bags over our goal, and there's still some time you can donate. You can head to any Raised Food Place until 7 tonight, or you can make a donation online at kdrv.com.
And once again, we want to thank you all for your kindness and generosity in this year's Stuff the Truck campaign.